During the Vietnam War, millions of rounds of ammunition would be fired by both sides of the conflict. In this video, we look at some of the more common infantry weapons used by the US and its allies. The M79 grenade launcher. The M79 was a break-action single-shot weapon featuring a wooden stock, integrated wooden grip and wooden forend. The trigger unit was underslung at the action and ahead of the grip, a forward iron sight added at the muzzle while a flip-up leaf assembly added ahead of centre for ranging. The operator need only to break the action open, insert a 40mm projectile into the breech, close the action, aim and fire. The M79 relied on the proven 40x46mm grenade, which was developed to suit specific battlefield situations. There was the standard high explosive type, followed by a general smoke and illumination round. A trained M79 grenadier could lay down a rate of fire of approximately 6 rounds a minute. The M79 saw heavy use in the Vietnam War, where its firepower helped troops under the jungle canopy, on hillsides and in urban fighting. The grenade offered enough firepower to engage the lightly skinned vehicles and dug-in enemy forces of the MVA and Viet Cong. It could be fired from the standing, kneeling or prone position. Limitations of the M79 were apparent over time. Operators were left without a short to medium range weapon to engage enemy infantry between their grenade launcher's reach and just outside their small arms fire. M60 Machine Gun. The M60 has always maintained a unique and readily identifiable appearance. Its long stock was squared off, mimicking the German guns of World War II it was based on. The long stock is assisted in stability and allowed for a shorter overall weapon. The installation also helped the pistol grip and trigger system. The weapon used belt-fed ammunition and positioned just above the pistol grip, with the cartridges entering the receiver from the left-hand side and exiting out the right. The rear sight on the receiver was the flip-up type and adjustable, while the forward sight became fully adjustable later in production. The forend served as the forward grip before the addition of a pistol grip. The gas cylinder under the barrel became an identifying characteristic of the M60. The barrel with its integrated fixed sight protruded out over the gas cylinder and sported the collapsible integrated bipod assembly. The weapon fired the 7.62 by 51mm NATO cartridge from a gas-operated open bolt firing action. It had a rate of fire of 600 rounds a minute, with an effective range of 1,200 yards. One of the biggest drawbacks of the early M60 was how the bipod and gas cylinder were attached to the barrel. In sustained fire, the barrel needed changing. Such by removing the barrel, the bipod and gas cylinder were removed as well, leaving no means of support for the weapon during the process, making a simple barrel change a clunky and time-consuming affair. The barrel featured no handle to grasp, leading to the issuing of bulky asbestos gloves as a standard part of the field equipment. The sight system was poor, with a forward non-adjustable sight fixed to the barrel, while the rear sight needed readjusting after every barrel change. The M60 could be fired from a variety of positions, including shoulder, prone and from the hip. As a general-purpose machine gun, the M60 became used for offensive and defensive roles. It was used on many vehicles as well as helicopters and patrol boats. The M16 Assault Rifle. The M16 chambered 5.56 by 45mm rounds and fed from a 20-round detachable magazine. It was a gas-operated system. A carrying handle was integrated to the upper receiver and the buttstock, with the handguard both rounded for comfort. The magazine feed sat ahead of the pistol grip handle, and ejected cartridges emerged from the right-hand side port. In 1963, the original M16 first saw service. The M16 was found to be good for the average size American infantryman, as it was light, compact, and relatively easy to handle. After some time in the field, the rifle began to show issues due to a change in the rifle's cartridge powder. This led to the weapon's internals, including the precisely tuned gas system, failing. Its battlefield reliability became a problem, and it developed a reputation for jamming. This led to an improved model, the M16A1, in 1969. Its improvements included a bolt assist feature which helped to prevent jammed cartridges in the action of being loaded, a chrome-plated bore, and a higher capacity 30-round detachable magazine. Battlefield reliability was improved, and the M16A1 became the standard rifle of the American soldiers during the Vietnam War. However, not all soldiers were convinced with it, and favoured the use of other rifles such as the M14, or even the enemy's AK-47. M14 Rifle. The M14 was more or less a highly modernised M1 Garand rifle, the one used by US forces during World War II. The M14 retained the long-running heavyweight stock, with its integrated shoulder and pistol grip sections, as well as the forend running under the barrel assembly. The trigger unit was underslung in the usual way, and over the barrel was fitted a ribbed heat shield. The gas cylinder ran under the barrel, with the barrel capped by a slotted compressor. An adjustable rear aperture and front sight were used. A modern 20-round detachable box magazine was also used, inserted under the receiver, through a well located just ahead of the trigger. Rate of fire was between 700 and 750 rounds a minute, and an effective firing range out to 500 yards. Key to the M14's function was a semi-automatic and fully automatic firing selector, making the rifle the first to feature this dual-mode function. The M14 proved itself as a functional semi-automatic rifle. Its full auto feature was seldom used, to help preserve ammunition, and also due to the lack of control of the weapon when under full automatic fire. A specialised sniper version appeared through the M21. This model selected the M14 body with an attached telescopic sight for precision fire, providing an effective range out to over 875 yards. During the Vietnam conflict, the M14 was popular with troops, due to its power and useful engagement at range. Where it suffered was in the weight and length. The confined spaces of jungle warfare proved better suited to short-length weapons, such as the M16 rifle and submachine guns. M61 Grenade. The M61 was a fragmentation hand grenade utilised primarily by the United States Armed Forces. The M61 was a variant of the M26A1 grenade, an additional safety clip added to the design. This clip was affixed to the lever to help prevent accidental detonations if the base pin were inadvertently pulled. This came to be known as the jungle clip, based on American experiences in the jungles of Vietnam. Grenades were prone to snagging on the jungle underbrush, causing unplanned detonations. The design consisted of a smooth-sided case, with the integrated safety pin and curved safety lever. The operator needed to pull the safety pin ring, then the safety clip, and release the lever before the grenade's fuse was made active. The manual activation of the grenade initiated the fuse, lasting between 4 and 5 seconds. As a fragmentation grenade, the purpose was to detonate into metal shards and cause the most amount of damage. The grenade was produced in large numbers and was effective in clearing out concentrations of enemy, such as within Vietnamese foxholes or tunnel networks. As always guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to expand your knowledge and join the growing Premier History community.